What is up, guys? It is your boy DHM the Hat Man, the Mad Hatter Extraordinaire, coming at you once again for some more SC2VN. Now, when we last left off, Jett actually started talking to us about, starting up our own Starcraft team, which hashtag Team Starbucks, by the way. You know what's up. You know what's up. Team Starbucks for the win. Anyway, let's just go ahead and jump right back into it. Here we go. Alright, here we go. Oh, damn. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like any of Golden Zonefire's regular patrons are much to write home about. They were good players there for all-out attack, sure, but today, most of the cafe's patrons were playing Brood War, and the only ones that were actually laddering in SC2 there are only a single guy in Master League. I'll have to extend my search outside of a single PC bang. I guess it'd have been a little too convenient to find VSL caliber players so easily. I get the urge to stop at a convenience store on the way back to my apartment. There's one that I've been going to regularly for my nightly fix of sugar and caffeine. The store's blindly bright signage is visible from more than a block away. Green capital letters spell out the store's name in English on a backdrop of white. Go Mart. The door's familiar chime welcomes me, and the same store clerk I've seen at least a dozen times before stands formally behind the cash register. He looks a bit old, but he looks a bit old to still be working. Maybe he owns the place and doesn't have help to work the night shift. I see myself standing behind the counter in an unwanted mental image. It's a fate that easily could await me if I fail to make it as a professional gamer. I shake my head free of thought and make my way to the refrigerated section of the store to fill my fist with cans and bottles. Some of the drinks may have strange names, but I'll be damned if they aren't good. I drop them on the counter in front of the old man, briefly make eye contact with him. He seems to recognize me, but doesn't say anything to indicate it. He rings up my drink slowly, not from age or calluses, but because he's in no great rush. The store is empty aside from me, after all. 6,000 won. I swipe my credit card in the reader and depart with a polite smile, anxious to return to my apartment. The clerk returns the expression and watches me go without another word. The only top-tier player I'm on speaking terms with is Excel, but how would I even approach the subject of getting him to leave his team for a new and untested one? Maybe it would be better for me simply to get a lead from him. If I can't manage that, then I'm left to scour local PC bangs and message boards on my own. Whatever. I'll figure this out tomorrow. Alright. And you have to convince her? Seriously? She's been taking this up with me for the past 2 months. It's a big change, I guess, and come on, I just met you guys. How can she not be hesitant? Excel grins, no doubt replaying Jett's angst in his mind's eye. Getting in and around ground floor is a major plus. You were in the right place at the right time. If it works out, that is. I got the wrong voice for this guy. Fuck, I haven't seen Excel in a bit. Excel glances over his shoulder before returning his attention to me. Most teams barely pay their, most teams barely pay their players anything. I've got it good for some of my age, but even I have to part with my winnings taken from the team's benefit. Ouch. Luckily for Westerners, that isn't a trend that's caught on outside of South Korea. So, I can't do it. It's impossible. The word simply will not come. Well, what? Oh. Excel lets out a laugh, genuinely and highly amused. He tries to get his words out, and unlike me, eventually ends up succeeding. Sorry, Mark, but no can do, man. I'm signed with Crash until the end of the year. I'm not allowed to play for anyone else until my contract's up, bro. As expected, really, it shouldn't have come as a surprise. I sigh, fall back in my chair, and rest my palms on the top of my head. I had to ask. Jess expected me to pick up her players while she handles the management and sponsorship side of things. Hey, well, if I can help you with the next best thing. Should I be thankful for any help at all, man? Don't worry. I've got a short list of easy pickups, an extremely short list. He clears his throat. There's only one person on it, but hey, it's better than nothing, right? Who is it? Oh, straight to business, eager for your butt bed, I see. Trust me, Buck, you'll want the bottom buck. You know from experience? Sure do. I mean, when I was 16, some up-jumped Brood War clan scrapped me from the bottom of the barrel and set me up in their overcrowded sweatshop of a house team. Had to sleep above someone for at least 2 years past the graceful retirement. Seen a lot of solitaire players with a better APM. He snored a lot. APM. What is APM? The average number of actions made every minute. Top players generally have set 300 APM, often more. Ah, okay. That's horrible as he's trying to make it seem. Excel sounds closer to wistful than bitter as he recounts his first years as a professional gamer. What happened to the team? Sponsors flagged. Team didn't have enough money for legal actions. Coach didn't tell us 20 minutes before rent was due. Someone stole my mouse pad and we realized we were moving out, and that was the end of my Starcraft career. Wait, no. It kept going for 7 years after that, and somehow still isn't over. I always forgot that part. Ah, you cheeky little fuck. Excel, top Korean Terran, master storyteller. Anyway, I mean, this guy's name is Stunt. He plays Protoss and he's pretty good. But, does there always have to be a but? I'm sensing a but. It's a small but. He's incredibly cheesy. Maybe a touch arrogant. He's a high schooler, but he's good. Why haven't any other teams picked him up in that case? He shrugs. I get the feeling Excel genuinely doesn't know, but I'm left anxious nonetheless. Still, it's important to have at least some kind of racial distribution on the team. Not in terms of foreign or Korean, mind you, but rather Zerg, Protoss, and Terran. Do you know how I could get in touch with him? I mean, I can give you his info for a friend request, but he'd probably block you on the assumption that you're a fanboy or a gold seller or something. Your best bet is to find him in person at Stomping Grounds. His Stomping Grounds? What do you mean, where? No, Stomping Grounds. That's the name of the PC bangers usually at. Another trek across Seoul. I've never heard of the place, much less been to it. Excel takes note of my frown and wags a finger at me. What? You mean you fly halfway across the world and can't be bothered to walk for half an hour? Take the subway if they're that damn lazy. No. Ain't nothing like that. It's cool. I just thought it'd be a little bit easier than that. Now we're talking. Now get going. I'll keep an eye out for your next player in the meantime. Yeah, thanks, Excel. I really appreciate that, bruh. Really appreciate that, bruh. I checked the map on my phone for the second time after reading the sign for a third. This is definitely Stomping Grounds. A deep breath helps calm my nerves. Second later, I push open the glass door and make my way inside. Pretty much as expected, computers. So these must be like staple, like chairs then for all PC bangs, I guess. Pretty much as expected, computers, vending machines, tables, and the sound of 24 mice and keyboards. PC bangs are nothing if not similar to one another. When the shiver runs down my back, I realize the AC in here is cranked up ridiculously high. I read somewhere that casinos pump extra oxygen to keep their patrons awake and alert. Maybe this place has tried to adopt the same tactic to their cafe. I mean, that's actually a pretty legit strategy. I mean, because you could always just wear like a hoodie or something. But even still, like, being able to be like up and awake because it's cold is kind of a good thing, to be honest. I think it's a good thing. Plus, I like the cold. A middle-aged woman sits behind the front desk. She glances up at me when I pass and then returns her attention to the magazine splayed out in front of her. A quick scan of heads lined up in front of the monitors offered me a few potential stunts amidst the sea of scrubs. By Excel's description, he's short and has bleached hair. I'm able to narrow it down quickly and confirm his identity with a look at his monitor. He's in the middle of a ladder match. He's playing Starcraft 2 with one hand. The other is occupied with a game on his cell phone. All the same, Stunt's crushing his opponent with a rush build, and by the look on his face, he takes great pleasure in that fact. His enemy sends a salty one-liner before it dropped out of the game without a GG. Stunt grins wide and puts his hand behind his head, satisfied. After checking the post-game stats, he glances over his shoulder and then spins his chair around to find me watching him. Sup, bro? You want something? Yeah, you're Stunt, right? That's me, and who are you? I'm Mock. Stunt lights up, stands upright, and plants his hands on his hips all at once. Right, that foreigner Excel messaged me about, starting to think you wouldn't show up. I mean, let's get this bet match going. Hey everyone, there's a bet match going on! What? Damn it, really, Excel? Before I can attempt an explanation, a crowd of 6 or 7 middle school age kids perform behind Stunt. I don't see myself talking my way out of this. Bet match. Right, yeah, that's me. That's what I'm here for. Another chobo.
Another chobo trying to start a bet that stunt. When will they learn? He's the cafe's best player. Hey, stunt, will you buy me a juice with your winnings?
Stunt ignores the peanut gallery and takes a step forward, sizing me up. Judging by his appearance, it looks like he's just started from high school. I'm at least a head taller than him.
Excel said that you were done for 15,001 bet. But come on, you can do better than that, right?
How much were you thinking?
25,000 is a much better number. Wouldn't you say? Come on, you just had to drag your ass all the way over here to play. Now let's make it interesting.
That's what, $20 or so? I have to skip a few trips to Gomar, but I can't risk having him turn me down. Alright, fine, 25,000. What are we gonna do about maps? Best out of 3, right?
Nah, best of 1 is fine. My time's too valuable, and in a show of good faith, you can pick the map.
Excel wasn't kidding about this kid's cockiness. Whatever, at least I can choose a map with a long rush distance. I found a seat at a computer nearby, though not so close that we could catch a glimpse at one another's screen. A locked window stares back at me as I sit down. Of course, I need to pay to use the PC. Before I can head back to the front desk, Stunt slides in front of me and takes the mouse.
Yo, I got it. Consider it an investment for the money you're about to give me.
He unlocks the machine with a few clicks of the entry password. Huh, that works. After I thank him, he slinks back over to his setup. Stunt shares a few confident words with the underage crowd behind him and then throws his headphones on. I host up a game, toss him an invite. It's not long until I'm staring down at my base of 6 workers. Fuck that. I ain't losing to this fucking cheeky ass motherfucker. Fucking hate little ass kids, man. Fuck them. Let's go. Young, untrained talent favors unorthodox play, bad taste, and hair dye. Cannons, 2-gate, 4-gate, blink, proxy robo, proxy stargate. There are a dozen different ways that Stunt could end this game early. As precaution, I scout around the interior of my base to ensure that I'm not being cannon rushed. As I discover, I am. Just outside my vision range and dangerously close to my worker line. A cannon finished building. Some losses in defense are inevitable, but if I handle this well, it shouldn't put me ahead of Stunt. It's gutsy of him to risk a best of 1 on a strategy like this. Practically all I have to do is scout out and score victory. By microing my injured SCVs away from cannon shots, I'm able to end the rush at a low cost. In truth, this seems unexpectedly weak attack. Was Excel hyping this kid up for nothing? Nah, he doesn't. I end up only losing 3 of my workers by the time a single cannon is dead. And where's that probe? There it is. With his probes down, there's no way he'll be able to drop down any more cannons. Still, he's probably planning his next move. I decided what comes next. If he's transitioning into something standard, that would be the perfect time to counterattack. His tech has to be lacking, so there's no way he'll have strong enough units to defend against the marine attack. And while it seems incredibly unlikely, there's always a chance they might have another attack ready. If I want to err on the side of caution, I should stay in my base and simply tech up. That gives him enough time to get back into the game. I should make this call based on what I know about his playstyle. He likes to rush. Counterattack, let's go. I don't want to give Stunt enough time to get back on his feet without applying some kind of pressure. He could easily take a blind risk and put us on even footing. His cross map position is guaranteed due to the map's version. Whoa, shit, zealots? How? And again, I took my eyes off my main army long enough that it ran into cannon's position at the top of Stunt's choke point. I tried desperately to pull my units back in time to defend, but the damage is done. With my economic completely eviscerated, I have no way to stay in this game. Fuck you. Not doing that, man. See, I even told myself that he already has another like move going ahead. I should have just stayed on defense. I'm not losing to a fucking kid. Stay on defense. Even though I'm giving up the chance to win this game immediately, the safe thing to do is take up dropships. But it looks like I won't need to. My precautionary scout uncovers an ambush waiting on the dark corner of my base. With more than enough units in a space to macro my marines, I dispatch the zealots with barely any loss. A cannon rush fate into a proxy gate? Absolutely ridiculous. With this rush routed, Stunt quits out the game without a GG. I won with surprising ease. So rushing him and trying to play his game is definitely not the best way to beat him. Stunt pushes through the dumbfounded crowd and comes stomping over, fury in my eyes. He really didn't expect to lose.
You blindly scouted the smoke in your base after a cannon rush? Are you kidding me? Who does that?
I raise my hand defensively and skirt away from the victory screen splashed across my under. Whoa, nigga, calm down. It takes like 5 seconds. And you have a reputation for those kind of builds, you know. He makes a disgruntled sound and stares hard at me. You got lucky. Typical Terran players. What are you yelling back there for? Didn't I tell you so you were in the back room an hour ago? Stop screaming at our customers to go do something useful. Without warning, the woman at the front desk paint stud a bright red across the room. So he works there. She glares at him for a moment longer before ducking back behind the counter, talking to lousy bosses. His anger is replaced with modesty. Stunt scratches behind his head. The middle schoolers are mostly dispersed, evidently destroyed by the cruel realization that their Protoss god can bleed. Sorry, that's my mom. Anyway, you beat me. Let me go get your cash. His mom? Ugh, that's even worse. I guess I can see the resemblance minus the bleached hair. Explains how he unlocked my PC at least. Actually, wait. I didn't come here for a bet match.
But we just played one. I don't have to pay you then?
What? Nah. I'm recruiting you from the team. Excel mentioned that you were a free agent. I wanted to see if you join up. But I want my money though. I guess he thought it'd be funny to trick me into a bet match with you.
A foreign team? Why didn't you just send me a message or something?
No, a Korean one. And Excel said that you probably assumed that this was a fanboy and blocked me. Although I get the feeling that that's just his excuse for the whole setup. Man, Excel, couldn't we have just kept this shit simple? Well, if I had lost, which I technically did, but not. Shh. Y'all don't know that. Y'all don't know that. Stunt pauses and reaches for his phone. Distracted him though, he manages to carry on the conversation.
Nah, blocking you sounds like something I do. Anyway, what else have you got?
We've got. Wait, Jett is still technically on VIP. Can I tell him that she's planning to leave? What if he tells someone? Why didn't I think of this until man?
You've got.
Well, we have some good players. About to sign a sponsor in the works. Nothing official. We're trying to keep everything under wraps until then.
Sounds sketchy. Mysterious sponsor, mysterious players.
He doesn't seem convinced. I can hardly blame him. This sort of thing is unfortunately common in esports.
But Excel did vouch for you. That's worth something. And you beat me, the future Protoss Bonnois. Green turn for a player who dominates the Starcraft scene for a very long time. Bonnois has very high win rate and successful championship wins. So far, Starcraft's only Bonnois have been Terran and Zerg players. Oh, because isn't Protoss like a very high risk, high reward kind of thing? Once we got 4 players and some management, we're going to pick a house team. You'll need to live and practice with us. I blink once, looked away, take a tactical pause. If your mom will let you move out, that is. He rises to my bait and straightens up, both fists clenched. You're damn right she's gonna let me. Alright, dude, consider me signed. If I got a room and enough money to pay for food, we're in business.
Stunt pauses and lowers himself from the tip of his toes.
What's the team called, by the way? Hashtag Team Starbucks! Yes! Starbucks!
Like I said, it's a work in progress. I'll let you know when it's picked out. If we're not named yet, I want to say in it.
How about Azure Blaze Phoenix Snipers?
No. Team Starbucks. This ain't even the fucking... Probably not. Nah, not at all. While Stunt revels in Afterglow being assigned to a Starcraft team, a thought occurs to me. Wait, don't you go to school?
Let's just say I'm between schools right now.
I don't bother to divulge any more information. If he can live in the team house and perform, that's good enough for me. Some promising young pros deferred school for Brood War back in the day, and if Starcraft doesn't work out for him, at least he's got a future cleaning up stomping grounds. Right. Mysteries won't last for long, I promise. I'll be in touch if you need to show up somewhere.
Alright, I'm gonna hit you up for practice games tonight if that's cool. Be online.
Sounds good. Welcome aboard, kid. The fiery Protoss player lifts his chin for a final grin. For a final grin before heading into one of the PC bang-back rooms, probably to gather a room in dustpan. I grace Stunt's mom with an innocent expression on my way out. She answers my style with a glare sharp enough to make the hair on the back of my neck stand up. She doesn't like this idea. I step outside and suck in a deep breath for leave. The warm afternoon air is sweet and feels good in my lungs. One down. All right, that's pretty successful. That's successful. The stairway to my apartment was empty as usual. Sometimes it feels like I'm the only person living in this building. Isolation was a major concern when I was first thinking about coming overseas. If my Korean wasn't passable, it'd practically be impossible for me to be anything but lonely. That's something I don't need to worry about anymore, I suppose. Seoul's proven to be vibrant, crowded, and busy. Everything in my life back home wasn't. Something as simple as crossing the street can be exciting for someone who has never been in an urban environment for more than a few hours at a time. It sounds stupid, but it's true. Still, before meeting Excel and Jett, I barely talked to anyone offline. Starcraft's one-on-one nature doesn't exactly lend itself to social introductions. or inductions, one of the two. I didn't read it right. It'd be easy to get in touch with the foreign community out here. It'd be easy to get in touch with the foreigner community out here, but I have very little desire to skulk around bars with jaded English teachers and washed up businessmen. Why bother? I sink into my chair and jam the spacebar a few times to wake my PC up. I practice enough at Golden Zone Fire after recruiting Stunt, so I don't bother to loading up Starcraft. Jett was pleased to hear about my new pickup, told me it was smart to hold off on telling Stunt who she was too. I'm sure she'll announce her plans on her own time. She'll have to once we pick up our last player at any rate. Whoops. With a few clicks, I'm staring at a common Starcraft fan site. The most interesting stuff that goes on in the scene gets posted here, and what people vote as best rises to the top of the page. I don't often visit the Korean community sites. I like them just fine, but I prefer to read English when I get the chance. But no matter where you choose to get your Starcraft news, you'll find no shortage of netizens sharing their opinions on which player is awful or why the game is imbalanced. LMAO, good riddance. Dude was washed up anyway, left the scene without a GG, typical. Okay. Today seems to be no exception. A foreign pro gamer just called it quits, and the comments about him are ridiculously scathing. Sure, he was underperforming recently, but people forget just how much time and passion gets put into even a mediocre professional's career. That kind of hits a little bit close to home because Dyrus just retired too. And I know a lot of people love Dyrus and a lot of people don't like Dyrus, but I love Dyrus. Damn. That kind of sucks. And I'm just thinking about it just now, just because this damn Starcraft game reminded me of that shit. The worst part is that most people talking smack are either low leaguers or don't play the game at all. Like usual. I take my phone out hoping to find something on it to distract me from the mindless masses. No text, no emails, same as when I first checked last 15 minutes ago. It's been a while since I've chatted with my friends from back home. Most of them know about my esports aspirations, but none of them really get it. There's two reactions when someone learns that you play video games full time. Either they roll their eyes or they tell you how lucky you are. I've tried to explain the latter, that playing Starcraft really isn't fun in the traditional sense. Winning can be satisfying, but the game is too stressful to actually be called fun. At least for me. It beats a boring minimum wage job, but it sure as hell isn't easy and pays less for all but the best. Yeah, they don't mention that between games on Star League streams. I'm pretty much everyone I went to high school with is enrolled in college. When I hear about their great social lives and internships, I can't help but feel jealous. I'll probably end up going eventually. It's not like I can make a living from games when I'm 30. 5 or 6 years of Starcraft and then you're left with the dregs of your prize money and sore wrist. Hopefully some friends and fond memories. When I look back at my computer screen, I noticed that my inbox has a message awaiting. A click and I'm staring at a piece of fan mail, the first I've received in months. LOL, sup man, I hope your practice is going well. Stuff here has been boring since summer ended and everyone went back to school. Saw about VSL Qual, but you got another month, yo. You're still the foreign hope, so make sure you come back from Korea and stomp locals while I'm watching. Oh yeah, and don't forget about KGF 2012. Are you still gonna stream soon? Are you gonna stream soon? I really like to watch. Make sure you remind me this time, Raffle. Oh yeah, and give me a shout out next time you're on Casted Match. LOL, later dog. Hey. Maybe it's inaccurate to call it fan mail considering I've known this guy since before I started playing Starcraft in high school. Stream. What, so 10 people can watch me play faceless barcodes all day? Pointless. Maybe if I got enough viewers to make some money. He and I really didn't even talk back in school. It wasn't until he found out about my Starcraft skill at the graduation that he tried to become my friend. I massaged my temples frustrated. All that message did was put me in a bad mood. Most of the people who follow Starcraft know less about the game itself than they do about the people playing it. I don't like that I'm expected to constantly bear the scrutiny of strangers. The community is what keeps the scene alive. I know it's wrong to loathe it, but simply knowing that doesn't make it easier not to. With an impatient click, my PC groans off. I climb up under my sheets and settle in for an early night's rest. The search continues tomorrow. And I believe that is the episode? No, that is not the episode. Well, for us, it pretty much is, because we are on 25 minutes. As I told y'all before, I don't like to keep my episodes longer than 30 and no less than 20. So, unless, I absolutely have to do it. So anyway, it's your boy DHM signing out. I appreciate y'all for watching. I could say without a shadow of a doubt, fuck Stunt and his little bullshit cockiness. That's just gonna wear down as soon as the team gets started. If we ever do get the team started, I don't know, maybe so. I have no idea what this game has in store for us. Anyway, this is your boy DHM, the Mad Hatter extraordinaire. Signing out. Appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure y'all launch it with that like button like your name was Tyrone. Like and subscribe, please. I'm out. Bye.